Imagine you're a dog. Imagine you're two dogs. I can do that very easily because Hendrix and Presley are my two dogs, and this is one of the reasons why I bought the car. They've all been fine, yeah, all right. Yeah. I want a utility vehicle. An SUV is all well and good, but let's be honest, too many of the times it's not multi-purpose. It doesn't have that proper utility. But this is a big old boom. And not only for dogs, because not everybody's got a dog, not everyone's got two dogs, but the dog crate can go in here very easily. It's a nice wide aperture, it's a good shape. It's not, nothing's taken away in terms of the rake at the back. There is a tiny rake in that. I think that's to do with the aerodynamics. But what you've also got is multi-function capability in here around, as you can see, this has got some storage stuff in and a slightly higher floor, but you don't have to have that. You can also have it as a kind of sort of pseudo California version where you've actually got a bit of a kitchen going on underneath some stuff, and then you've got a mattress, fold the seats down, you've got a bed, so if you need to, you can actually come and live in it. So let's be honest, things are getting a bit difficult and electric vehicles aren't cheap. If you need to buy your electric vehicle and live in it, maybe this is the one. So I just want to say welcome back MPV, certainly welcome electric vehicle MPV. It's been a long time coming, let's be frank, but it's here now and I can't wait to get in it myself and shove the dogs in. Yeah, I'm driving now I've been in Sweden and driving back over to Denmark. Slight hesitation there, just trying to work out where I am. But this is that lovely bridge that connects Malmo and Copenhagen. It's a very nice bridge to drive over. Very, very attractive. And whilst I'm concentrating, of course I am, on the road ahead, I can see in my peripheral vision all of the turbines. This is a very focused country on renewable energy. It has been for some time. And if you go way back, this was one of the locations, of course, for Better Place, where they had battery swapping. So that's not why Volkswagen chose to have the media launch, press launch of the ID.Buzz. I'm sure that's not the reason, but it's a good location. It's got nice roads. You can do this bit across the bridge, and it's very nice. Very nice day out with that. But where this fits equally into the future is, I think that you can see a car as an extension of the home, a bit like we're starting to see with other manufacturers. You've got bi-directional charging, where maybe not right now, but pretty soon you'll be able to use your vehicle when it's parked as an energy storage device. Why would you do that? Well, you're going to do it if you can get cheap electricity during the night. Of course you are. Store it in your battery. And if you're not a heavy mileage user, if you're not driving all the time for the full range of the vehicle, there it is on your drive as an energy storage device. What's not to like about that? Obviously people have had solar panels and home batteries are familiar with that scenario of how to manage the 24-hour cycle very well. But what we haven't seen that with yet really is the electric vehicle as an asset, as an extension of the home. Very much so. Absolutely happening in the United States right now with the Ford F-150 Lightning. So I'm looking forward to having a crack in that. Not literally a crack, by the way. But this is the Volkswagen ID.Buzz that also has that ability, that bi-directional charging ability. So yeah, it's a very interesting time technology, interesting time, of course, for the huge challenges we've got with the geopolitics of everything, stuff going on everywhere. But there's no doubt to my mind, having spoken to some people recently as to how do we get through these difficult times, technology, innovation, you know, what do they call it? Out of the box thinking or whatever it was. I've never even Didn't even know there ever was a box. But that's where we have to go. We have to think differently in how we're going to use these very expensive assets like electric vehicles, and definitely the battery being used, battery as a service, as for example NIO call it, makes absolute sense. Get a feel for it. And of course, it is a van. It's an MPV. It's made in Hanover in Germany. It's not made in Wolfsburg, but of course it's absolutely a Volkswagen product. But that in itself I find quite intriguing, that this is built as a commercial vehicle. But I'm sure that a lot of people are more and more disinclined towards SUVs because they don't have that overall capability to be a proper utility vehicle, to be a multi-purpose vehicle. So that's something that for sure, we need to see more of. There's no doubt about that. Just got flashed then, by the way. I think you probably saw that. But I wasn't speeding. Just want to make that point very clear. First impressions, it's very easy to drive. It doesn't feel like a van. It feels like a car. It's smooth, it's quiet. Of course it's quiet. It's an electric vehicle, so it doesn't have all the noise, vibration, harshness that you're going to inevitably get out of an engine, out of a gearbox, etc. Albeit the modern cars are pretty refined these days, of course. One of the phrases I've always liked when people talk about things, talk about stuff, is mod cons. What does it stand for? Modern conveniences, that's what it is. So what's nice about the Volkswagen ID.Buzz, from what I've been told, you come to a press launch, you get a briefing, different people, the specialists tell you about this and that and the other. But this vehicle definitely has all the mod cons when it comes to EVs, which is good. What does that mean? Well, it means charging can be a lot less stressful. You're going to be helped to find the charger. You're going to be given lots of options. There's lots of guidance systems all on this dash here. Other bits and pieces too around practicality, making it easy to enjoy it, intuitive to work out just what the heck does that thing do and this thing do. So I've not struggled yet to make anything work, which I presume is a good sign. And here's an intriguing thing. I think a lot of people went for SUVs during the demise of the estate car was because they wanted to feel high up. They wanted that sense of, some might argue, superiority. Others would say, good visibility, safety, makes you feel more confident for whatever reason. But that's what you get with this car, with this MPV, with this ID.Buzz. It is you've got a nice ride height position. You're fairly well. You don't feel like you're flying in an aeroplane, but you're not low down in any form or fashion at all. And I think that will suit a lot of the SUV crowd. I think a practical vehicle for people, especially as people maybe move away from having being two-car families, whether that's for economic reasons or whether that's to do with reasons of thinking of environmental considerations. I'm not sure, but when you've got a vehicle that has that capability, that multi-purpose capability, it's much more likely to be realistic as a single vehicle as the only car you got in the household. It just makes sense. Oh no, he's gone the other way. We're not going to the ice cream van after all. My life is ruined. I thought you were going to stop for an ice cream for a minute, you know, guys? It definitely has a curb appeal, has a look. People stop and stare at this vehicle, which isn't necessarily why you'd buy it, but the reason why they're doing that is because it is aesthetically pleasing. It's a nice vehicle to look at. It has you know, the right sort of proportions. It has all of those dimensions. It just looks good inside, and definitely the outside has got all the right proportions. I think particularly when you look at it in both colours, when you look at it in a dual colour. I personally like the blue and white, but there's a few other choices. I can't remember what they're called, but they're all very nice. But yeah, I'm very impressed. First impression is a good one. Put in park. Oh yeah, that's easy. Just press park. I remember now. It's all coming back to me. Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, no, okay. I was just finishing a bit off. Yeah. There's no mistaking who makes this. You know, it's not, oh, let me think about it for a minute. Is it Volkswagen? Absolutely. There is a problem with this vehicle, though, I have to tell you. We're here at this lovely location, but trying to find a moment to film it without people coming over and saying, can I have a look, please? Can I show my kids? Can we? It's just so, it's a bit of a magnet. So let's have a little look around the rest of it. Big mirrors, you've got to have big mirrors because it is a wide vehicle.